The pain started during appetizers. I reached into my purse discreetly, fingers searching for the small orange bottle I kept in the side pocket. My niece Emma, 11 years old with her mother's sharp eyes, noticed immediately. "What's that?" she asked loudly, cutting through the dinner conversation. "Just medication, sweetie. Nothing to worry about." I tried to keep my voice steady, but the familiar ache was spreading through my joints, the kind that made every movement feel like grinding glass. My fingers had started swelling again this week, the inflammation making it difficult to grip utensils properly. I'd been managing it well with my prescribed regimen, but skipping a dose meant hours of increasing discomfort. "Mom says you're always taking pills," Emma announced to the entire table, her voice carrying across the dining room. "She says you're being dramatic about everything." My sister Jennifer looked up from her salmon, not even bothering to correct her daughter. Instead, she smirked, that particular expression I'd come to recognize over the past 2 years. Ever since my diagnosis, she treated my illness like a personal insult. "Well, Emma's not wrong. How many bottles do you carry around now? 4? 5? I lose track." "I have rheumatoid arthritis, Jen. You know this." I kept my tone neutral, swallowing the medication dry because asking for water would only draw more attention. "Right. The mysterious illness that showed up conveniently after you lost your job." Jennifer's voice dripped with skepticism. "Funny how you're always in pain, but never too sick to show up for free babysitting." Her husband Mark laughed, cutting into his steak. "Got to admit, the timing was pretty convenient. Unemployment runs out and suddenly you've got a disability." Their son Tyler, 13 and already mimicking his parents' cruelty, grabbed my purse before I could react. "Let's see how many pills the faker needs." "Tyler, please give that back." I reached for it, but the movement sent sharp pain shooting up my arm. I gasped and pulled back. "See? So dramatic." Jennifer rolled her eyes. "Tyler, show everyone what she's got in there." This was my sister, the woman who used to braid my hair before school. Who called me first when she got engaged. Who I'd driven 4 hours to reach when she went into labor with Emma because Mark was out of town. Now she sat there, wine glass in hand, encouraging her children to humiliate me. Tyler dumped my purse onto the table. 3 prescription bottles rolled across the white tablecloth, along with my wallet, keys, and a small medical alert card I'd started carrying. "Ooh, what's this?" Emma snatched the card before I could reach it. Her face lit up as she read it aloud. "Emergency contact information, medical conditions, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia." Wow, Aunt Lisa, you really committed to the bit. Those are real conditions that require real treatment. My voice came out quieter than I intended. The pain was getting worse, spreading through my spine now. I needed to take my evening dose soon, or I'd be useless tomorrow. "You know what I think?" Jennifer leaned back in her chair, addressing her family like I wasn't even there. "I think she's addicted. All these pills, all this pain. She's probably doctor shopping, getting multiple prescriptions." "That's not." I started, but Tyler cut me off. "Mom, are these the drugs everyone talks about at school? The ones people get addicted to?" "Could be," Jennifer said thoughtfully, examining one of my bottles. "Lisa, are you taking opioids?" "That's a muscle relaxer. This one's for inflammation, that one's for..." Sure, that's what they all say." Mark reached across and grabbed the 3rd bottle. "Maybe we should flush these, for your own good. Intervention style." My heart started pounding. "Please don't. I need those. I have a shift tomorrow and..." "A shift?" Jennifer's eyebrows shot up. "You told Mom you couldn't work. That you were too disabled." I said I couldn't work retail anymore. Standing for 8 hours destroyed my joints. I found something else, something that fits better. "Doing what? Professional pill popper?" Tyler thought this was hilarious. Emma had already grabbed 2 bottles and was heading toward the bathroom. "Let's throw them out. If she's really sick, she can just get more from a real doctor. This will prove she's faking." I stood up too quickly. The room tilted, and I had to grab the table for support. The sudden movement sent sharp pains shooting through my knees and hips. "Emma, please. Those took weeks to get properly balanced. You don't understand. Each medication addresses different symptoms. Without them, I can't function. I can't work." "Stop faking." Tyler grabbed the 3rd bottle and followed his sister, genuinely believing he was doing something righteous. "You're not even sick. You're just lazy and want attention." I looked at Jennifer, pleading silently for her to intervene. We were sisters. We shared a childhood, parents, memories. She'd seen me in the hospital last year during my worst flare-up. She'd visited once, complained about the parking, and left after 20 minutes. She took another sip of wine. Let them go, Lisa. Maybe cold turkey is what you need. The sound of toilets flushing came from down the hall, once, twice, 3 times. Months of careful medication management flushed away by children who thought chronic illness was pretend. I stood there, watching my sister smile. I think I should go. My voice sounded distant, disconnected. Probably for the best, Mark agreed. Before you start looking for more pills in our medicine cabinet. I gathered my empty purse, my keys, my shredded dignity. Emma and Tyler returned, high-fiving each other like they'd accomplished something heroic. Intervention complete, Emma announced proudly. Remember this next time you want to fake sick to get attention, Tyler added. Jennifer walked me to the door, and for a moment, I thought she might apologize. Instead, she said, "You know, this tough love thing. It's because we care. You need to stop relying on chemicals and just push through. Mind over matter." I nodded slowly. Mind over matter, right. And Lisa? Maybe think about getting a real job. Mom and Dad are worried about you. We all are. I have a job, Jen. Sure you do. She closed the door before I could finish speaking. I sat in my car for 10 minutes, waiting for my hands to stop shaking enough to drive. The pain was manageable now, but it would get worse. By midnight, I'd be in serious trouble without my medication. I'd have to call my doctor in the morning, explain what happened, and hope she could rush new prescriptions. The paramedic uniform hanging in my back seat caught my eye. My shift started at 6 a.m., 12 hours on the ambulance, responding to emergency calls, lifting patients, performing CPR when needed. I'd found work that mattered, even if it meant pushing through pain that would have broken most people. I'd just never told Jennifer, why bother? She'd already decided I was unemployed and useless. I drove home carefully, every bump in the road sending jolts through my inflamed joints. At home, I took a hot bath, used my heating pad, and did the gentle stretches my physical therapist recommended. It wasn't enough, but it would have to be. My phone rang at 11:47 p.m. Emma's number. I almost didn't answer. "Hello, Aunt Lisa?" Her voice was high, panicked, completely different from the smug child who'd flushed my medication hours earlier. "Aunt Lisa, please, you have to help. Something's really wrong." "What's wrong?" "It's Mom. She collapsed in the kitchen. She can't breathe right. Her face is all red and swollen. She's on the floor, and Dad's freaking out. He's yelling, and Tyler called 911, but they said it's a 30-minute wait because there's some big accident on the highway. All the ambulances are there, and they can't send anyone yet and..." "Emma, slow down. Take a breath. Is your mom conscious?" "Kind of. She's making weird noises, like wheezing. Her lips look blue. Dad doesn't know what to do. He keeps shaking her. Aunt Lisa, I'm really scared. I think she might die." 30-minute wait. I knew about the highway accident. Multiple vehicles, all available units responding. Jennifer lived 15 minutes from the nearest hospital, 25 from the second nearest. In a city with stretched emergency services, sometimes people had to wait. "Emma, is your dad there?" "He's trying to help, but he doesn't know what to do. He keeps yelling at 911. "Please, Aunt Lisa, can you come? You're only 10 minutes away." 10 minutes away, in my car. With my paramedic certification and years of emergency response experience. With the training to assess, stabilize, and transport if necessary. I could be there in 8 minutes if I pushed it. "Please," Emma whispered. "I know we were mean. I know I shouldn't have. With your pills. I'm sorry. Please don't let my mom die because I was stupid." The pain in my joints was screaming now. No medication. No relief coming until tomorrow at the earliest. Driving would hurt. Running into their house would hurt. Performing emergency care would damage my already inflamed joints, set back my treatment by weeks. "Aunt Lisa?" I thought about Jennifer's face as she watched her children destroy my medication. The smile, the wine glass. Maybe cold turkey is what you need. I thought about Emma reading my medical alert card like it was a joke. Tyler's high five. Mark's comment about me raiding their medicine cabinet. Intervention complete. "Aunt Lisa, please. She's my mom." And there it was, the desperate plea of a child who'd learned a hard lesson about consequences. About how casual cruelty has a price. About how the people you dismiss might be the ones you need most. "Emma, I need you to listen very carefully." My voice came out steady, professional. The voice I used on calls. "I can't help you. Silence. What? I'm not a medical professional, remember? I'm unemployed. I'm faking. I'm a pill addict looking for attention. Each word landed like a stone. Your mother made that very clear. But the ambulance is coming. They'll help your mom. 30 minutes isn't that long. She might die in 30 minutes. Then I guess you should hope she can push through. Mind over matter, right? That's what your mother told me. No chemicals, no help, just willpower. Aunt Lisa, please. Emma was crying now, real tears, the kind that came from understanding that actions have consequences. I'm sorry, we're all sorry, we were wrong. Please. My finger hovered over the end call button. You know what I do for a living, Emma? I'm a paramedic. I save lives every single day. I respond to emergency calls. I'm the person who shows up when people are having the worst day of their life. I perform CPR, I stop bleeding, I stabilize spines, I deliver babies in the back of ambulances. I paused, letting each word sink in. I'm the person who would normally be sent to your house right now. I work on the ambulance that covers your area, but I'm not working tonight. I'm home, in pain, without my medication because your family destroyed it. Oh God, her voice broke completely. Dad, Aunt Lisa's a paramedic. Call her ambulance company, tell them to send her. I could hear Mark in the background, his voice high with panic. What? Lisa? She works at a grocery store. No, she's a paramedic. She could help, but she's not coming because we. Emma dissolved into sobs. I hung up. My phone rang again immediately, Jennifer's number this time. I let it go to voicemail. Then Mark's number, voicemail. Then Emma again, Tyler. Even a call from a number I didn't recognize. Probably a neighbor they'd begged to try reaching me. I turned my phone off. The ambulance would get there. Eventually. 30 minutes wasn't ideal, but people survived worse response times. Jennifer would probably be fine, probably. And if she wasn't? If the worst happened? Then maybe next time, if there was a next time, they'd think twice before flushing someone's medication down the toilet. Before dismissing pain they couldn't see. Before teaching their children that cruelty without consequences is acceptable. I took 2 over-the-counter pain relievers knowing they'd barely touch my symptoms. Put my phone on the charger. Set my alarm for my actual shift in the morning. Because tomorrow, I'd go back to work. I'd respond to strangers' emergencies. I'd save lives for people who'd never mocked my illness, never questioned my integrity, never celebrated destroying my medical care. I helped people who deserved it. The next morning, my phone showed 47 missed calls and 32 text messages. I ignored them all, got dressed in my uniform, and drove to the station. My partner Mike was already checking the ambulance. Hey Lisa, quiet night for you. Very quiet. Lucky. We had a crazy call around midnight. Woman with severe allergic reaction, anaphylaxis, middle-class neighborhood. 30-minute response time because of that highway pileup. Family was hysterical. My hands stilled on the supply cabinet. Did she make it? Barely. Another 5 minutes and we'd have been doing a body bag instead of a transport. Family kept screaming that someone who could help lived nearby but refused to come. Weird situation. Yeah, I said quietly. Weird. Jennifer survived. The hospital kept her for observation, pumped her full of epinephrine and steroids, monitored her breathing. She'd live. She'd recover. She'd remember. 3 days later, a package arrived at my apartment. Inside were 3 bottles of medication, brand new prescriptions in my name, a note written in Emma's careful handwriting. We called your doctor, told her what we did. She was really mad at us. We're sorry. No note from Jennifer, no apology from Mark or Tyler, just the medication and the weight of understanding that actions have consequences. I never went back to their house, never responded to the texts, the calls, the eventual letter Jennifer sent explaining that her allergic reaction was serious, that she'd almost died, that family should be there for family. I agreed completely. Family should be there for family. They should recognize real pain. They should protect each other's medical needs. They should teach their children compassion instead of cruelty. They should remember that the person they dismiss today might be the person they need tomorrow. And sometimes, just sometimes, that person has the right to say no, because pain recognizes pain. And eventually, everyone learns what it feels like.